Congress, Sokoto APC opts for consensus. Also, Bakari lampoons unnamed official, says change of baton imminent. DSS bars punch others at Kanu's trial as Kanu's trial continues today. DSS bars punch others as Kanu's trial continues today. Physically challenged girl threatens suicide, says parents clerics call me demon possessed. Baptist school students, Kaduna bandits collect 50 million naira ransom, hold back 87 students. Also, vigilantes enforcing local government nightclub ban, kill 2 in Kogi. And also, Ganduje backs consensus arrangement for APC congresses. US lose first men's Olympic basketball game since 2004. And finally, from here, treat party members equally. Akeredolu urges APC leaders.
We are live on YouTube and on Facebook. 32FM 949 Ibadan. 32FM 949 Ibadan on YouTube and on Facebook. Let's check out Premium Times Nigeria. I'll quit Methodist Church if it accepts same-sex marriage. Nigerian bishop. I'll take that again. I'll quit Methodist Church if it accepts same-sex marriage. Nigerian bishop. Bandits abduct 30 million naira ransom bearer for Niger Islamia school pupils. Bandits free 28 kidnapped Kaduna school students. Why day-to-day hearing of criminal cases mandated by law is impossible, Chief Judge. Security reports disqualified persons seeking to be judges in Nigeria. Some more from Premium Times. Okonjo Iweala counsels Nigeria's diaspora to support nation's economy for peace. Olubadan sends delegation to Cotonou over Sunday Igboho's trial. NCAA refutes reports of Air Peace aircraft accident. Kidnapping of students ploy to discourage schooling in Nigeria. MSSN, there won't be bickering over choice of my successor, Mahi. NCPC boss urges good conduct of Nigerian programs in Jordan. Be wary of propaganda against Nigerian army official. About 770 million Africans have no access to electricity. That's according to a report. We send out the paper.
The Vanguard newspaper, men in camouflage spotted in viral video destroying farmlands in southeast, not soldiers, amid quotas. CBN reiterates financial soundness, safety of banks. Conspiracy against 2023 elections must stop. Also, nothing can stop recovery of Imo properties. Uzodime vows how divide and rule is destroying public universities. Debate flares in Germany over restrictions from vaccinated people. Don't do anything that will rubbish Ichekiri throne. Ibori tells Ichekiri leaders how Black America saved the US and the world from Trump. Also, police recover stolen SUV AK-47 rifle in Delta. Another one here, EFCC's race to sustainable war against grafts. Sunday Igboho Olubadan sends delegation to Cotonou and released Bethel Baptist High School students in Kano. There are photos there.
From the Guardian, Senate uncovers 76 billion naira illegal collection by INEC, Army, NSA, orders refund. Senate uncovers 76 billion naira illegal collection by INEC, Army, NSA, orders refund. Security falls crash into Emir Bayoro's convoy. Youth nab suspect for beheading residents. Indigbo will not disown Kano, says group. Indigbo will not disown Kano, says group. OPC cautions against clampdown on Igboho supporters. Orders 28 Bethel students, orders freed by kidnappers in Kaduna. Understanding Nigeria's rising poverty level. Something from editorial there that you can also find. Anambra 2021, yet a long walk for APC, PDP, ABGA governorship candidates. Anambra Guba, PDP considers new platform to beat INEC deadline, calls Ubas bluff. PDP molds adoption of another party to beat INEC's deadline. It's 10 minutes past 6. We'll be back after this commercial.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Keep cavities out!
And the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Our
healthy family.
You want to find your perfect match, the right girl or guy, the job that showcases your talent, a house that fits your taste. How about the right mattress that suits your body build, age, lifestyle, and budget? Visit www.muka.com/buy-right or any Muka outlet to find the right Muka for you. Endorsed by medical experts, Muka gives your body the support it needs so you wake up feeling good and ready to take on the day. Muka, adding comfort to life.
When you haven't used your SIM for quite a while, you start to worry. You start to calculate the last time you recharged, or the last time you got a call on that line, or a credit alert, or even just a flash. But thanks to Glow Always On, you can rest easy and never worry about any of that. Because with just 500 Naira, you stay connected to the Glow network even if your SIM is inactive. Just dial *777# and select Always On to subscribe.
Glow Unlimited.
This is mastery. It exists in the little things. Better said, it exists in the dual things. The things you now do effortlessly. Like that fashion shoot, building that site, creating that dress, writing that TV script, making that dish, braiding that hair, painting that canvas or face, owning your skills. If you can master any of these and more, then you can master Forex. Master the art of Forex trading with OctaFX. Visit octafx.com/mastery and start your journey to mastery.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secrets. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secret.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
32 FM
94.9.
All right, welcome back. Thank you so much for staying with us. 32 FM 94.9 Ibadan. That's the station. The program is Newspaper Review. My name is Delia Adeoju.
Good morning to you, dear listener. I am Olutayo Oguade. We go straight to the papers.
And Dr. Oluwajedokun is our analyst today, Monday, and he's right.
And top of the day to you.
All right, in the news this morning, the first things I saw were headlines of the released Baptist school students. I saw photos of students who are unkempt, sick students, limping students, and all that. They stayed too long in that dungeon.
Yes, a day would have been too long. An hour would have been too long. We don't know the degree or the amount of trauma that has been experienced or has been suffered. We are thankful to God Almighty that they've been released. But it's a kidnapping that need not have happened.
87 still in captivity.
Yes. So, whilst we rejoice and whilst we express relief, the fact is that we can't yet say uhuru because there are many others still in captivity. But again and again, it seems as if we have no answer. The only answer we seem to have to this kidnapping is by deployment of ransom, by giving ransom to the ransom taker. That's what I would call them. The security, I don't see anything that's improved on that. I don't see anything in terms of intelligence. I don't see people being apprehended or arrested or being tracked down. So, unfortunately, I would have to be a prophet of doom here to say it's going to happen again.
Did El Rufai, is it on record that he made any effort to get the students out?
Well, we don't know on record. We don't know because some of these things are very sensitive when it comes to the way you handle security. So we are unaware. But if you're talking about the public domain, there's no evidence to suggest that any other thing has been done in the open. And that just is not necessarily an indictment.
And the monies contributed were from the parents?
Of course they were from the parents. And of course you begin to wonder what's sustaining, you understand, many of these parents, where they get the funds from. Many of them are from donations. Many of them are for friends. And this money, unfortunately, is not just for the lifestyle of these kidnappers, but to increase their armory, to increase their weaponry, and to increase their sophistication. So, which means that the more money you give them, the more kidnapping that it fuels for the future, which is rather unfortunate.
Are we left to clear our own mess, especially created by the society, created by our leaders?
I didn't get.
Are we left as citizens to to clear the mess created by leadership?
Yes, we are. It's self-help now. Everything is self-help. You have self-help water, self-help electricity, self-help infrastructure, and now self-help security of yourself and of your person. So we have to clear it ourselves. We can't keep on waiting for the government because the government doesn't seem to have the answers. It therefore means that we have to find some sort of way, to be able to help the government do their job. And some of those ways, you understand, are maybe to set up neighborhood networks where we alert ourselves and where we keep ourselves informed. As to going to boarding school, I don't think many parents will want to send their children to boarding school anymore because they appear to be sitting ducks in those boarding schools. The security is inadequate, and the early warning system is also inadequate. And even if you put 1 or 2 policemen there, they're going to be overwhelmed by these kidnappers who are getting more sophisticated by the day from that point of view. So there is a huge concern here. And the huge concern is that nobody's addressing anybody on this issue. Certainly not the governor, and certainly not the president and commander-in-chief.
Right, let's look at the Daily Trust newspaper. The MF Muri Alhaji Abbas Tafida met with Fulani leaders in his palace in Jalingo and urged them to weed out criminals amongst them. This is coming 6 days after the emir warned criminals among Fulani herders to stop their criminal activities. The meeting, which was attended by Hados and Fulani associations, was to further find a lasting solution to the criminal activities of some herder or herdsmen. Without criminals among you, MF Mori tells Fulani leaders.
I would say that's leadership in action. He's demonstrating leadership, he's demonstrating action. And this is someone, you understand, an emir of a limited area, but the vision which is exhibiting is quite commendable. And I wish we had that at state level. I wish we had that at federal level, where actually those who are Fulani in government are calling the Fulanis or the herdsmen or whoever they are, calling them to task. So it shouldn't also just extend to whatever tribe that is involved in any kind of violence or that sort of thing. But I think it's a commendable one. They are the ones identifying themselves here. It is not the press, you understand, and they have identified themselves and they said, weed out the criminals amongst us. And I think it should go all over the place.
Who is Tafida? He's from where, actually?
I don't know. Well, the Tafida that I know of, there used to be a Tafida who used to work with Yaradua, but I don't know whether it's the same Tafida. From that point of view, I really don't know.
Just wondering, will I call it effrontery now? Although you are leader to leadership anyway, because he had initially promised to kill killer headsmen in Taraba if they do not vacate the forest in 30 days.
Yes, he had, and I'm not sure they have vacated the place. But it seems sometimes the language that is understood by those people is violence. Unfortunately, violence begets violence and consumes the practitioners of it. So I'm not sure that's the most productive way. I think the most productive way is beef up security, have intelligence, deal with the socio-economic issues. Except we have a holistic approach to all this crisis, we'll continue just to firefight. And that's what we are doing a lot of times with firefight. But also the body language of government must change.
I am particularly excited because he is a Fulani man. And this is where ethnic profiling must be discouraged because criminality or crime has no...
It has no ethnicity, it has no section, it has no part of the country. And you have said the right thing. What it demonstrates is that there are some people concerned across the board, wherever they come from, that criminality must not become the order of the day.
All right, let's move on this morning and look at another one here. Olubadan sends delegation to Cotonou over Sunday Igboho's trial. Olubadan of Ibadan Saliu Adetunji has sent a delegation to Cotonou, Republic of Benin, to observe court proceedings in the case involving a self-styled activist, Sunday Adeyemo, also known as Sunday Igboho.
I'm not sure how productive that is. Certainly the Professor Banji Akintoye group has advised in a press release that people should not send delegations, but they should allow them to conduct their watching brief on their behalf. And the argument is that the court system of the Beninois is quite different from Nigeria. It's an inquisitionary court system. It's a system where you are judged guilty until you prove yourself innocent. And so the prosecution play a very active role there with the courts. They're sort of fused together. So their own argument is that when they bring all these masses of people together, it sort of buys into the Nigerian narrative that this guy, is leading a mass of people who are gun running and creating all kind of crises all over the place. But having said that, I think there are Yorubas who want to make a statement. And the statement they want to make is they are united, they are behind this young man, and they're not going to abandon him.
Don't you think it's about recently some followers, some supporters of Sunday Igbo, they stormed the Olubadan's palace, and they tried to tell him that he didn't support Igbo during the course and all that. Maybe Kabisi is only trying to let these people know that we are together.
Yes, there's an external and internal pressure, and the Yoruba Obas particularly are the brunt of it because they are closer to the grassroots and they're feeling the pressure because people are not happy at all. But let's be very careful here. I think we are in danger of rechristening Igbo as a saint. Somebody who is a very good traditionalist, or I don't know whether it was Christian, I don't know, whatever it is. So Igbo has his issues. But having said that, it is not enough for him to be hunted down like a criminal without trial, you understand, and be put under such pressure. That's my view anyway.
All right, in other news, Dr. Ojadokun, yesterday, Oyo State Governor Sheyi Makinde said the men of the Nigerian Police Force thought that the Western Nigeria Security Network, that's the Amotekun, was established to take over their role. So there was some clash of interest. Now, if we are talking about having regional policing, having some vigilantes, having some network of security people and all that, how are we sure that the Nigerian police will be receptive to alternative security platforms?
Because it hasn't happened before. That's why. It hasn't happened before where it is the states that have led, it is the states that are in charge, it is the states or the regions that are in control. Of course, the police were naturally suspicious. And I think maybe there wasn't enough dialogue that went on between the Western Security Network and between the Nigerian police. Or maybe the Nigerian police indeed was not available. But whatever happens, even when you set up regional police, there would always have to be regular lines of communication. There will be clashes sometimes. Sometimes there will be disagreement. But I think Sheyi Makinde has said something. If you are going to come to my state and you are going to conduct covert security operations, then I, as the chief of security officers ordained by the Constitution of Nigeria, ought to be informed. Because if he's aware, then forces like or the service like Amotekun can be kept on board. But when you just have some people just going into a village or a town, shooting willy-nilly without the authorities being involved, then it's a recipe, you understand, for a greater crisis.
All right, but is it the same situation? I mean, Amotekun now and police authority in other states?
Well, I think the
probably the same narrative?
Well, the narrative I think is almost similar, but I think in some states they're working better. In Osun, for instance, I think they're working better together. But I think the police also.
So what's the issue here?
Although the issue, what Sheyi Makinde was just trying to say was that initially there was an issue. I don't think he's still saying the issue still exists. But he's trying to say that the federal police was suspicious initially, and they've overcome that. I think that's the point he's trying to make.
Well, he said more that his government has invested heavily in security, more than any of the previous governments in the state.
Yes, and you know that he takes it seriously because his special advisor, Fatai Osheni, ex-commissioner of police, and you know of this, is it the CCTV thing, the thing where there's a control center where you can see not a significant part, but an important part of Ibadan can be monitored.
Let's monitor the black spot.
Yes, monitor the black spot. I think that's part of what he's referring to. And so he's done that, you understand. But is it enough? Because some people will say that efforts are concentrated in Ibadan. And some will say that Ibadan is not Oyo State. It is a significant part of Oyo State, but it goes beyond Ibadan.
From the Guardian newspaper, Senate uncovers 76 billion naira illegal collection by INEC, Army, NSA, orders refund.
Well, this is quite astonishing, isn't it? You see, the other of the day, we thought we had a government that will come in and deal with many of these illicit collections.
Buhari said it is difficult fighting corruption.
He said it's difficult. And we thought that the TSA, which was didn't start with Buhari, but he was the one that enforced it and implemented it, would have stopped some of these shenanigans from going on. It is rather unfortunate. What usually happens is that even though these organizations have statutory functions and are paid statutorily, they actually put a fine, or not a fine, they put a levy, they put a charge on other people, which in many instances are quite illegal. And I'm happy this has been identified, because illegal collection doesn't give room for accountability. It also gives room for abuse and that sort of thing. So I think clamping down on it, identifying those who are responsible, and ensuring that it doesn't happen again must be the way that we address it. Not just talking about it on the pages of newspaper, because a lot of times we identify these corrupt practices, we don't do much about it, and 3-4 years later it rears its head again.
Now I have this one here. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Accounts are still on the same story.
Yes.
Meanwhile, has indicted the Nigeria Maritime Administration and Safety Agency, NIMASA, over alleged refusal to account for its income running into billions of naira. Refusal to account for income running into billions of naira?
Well, it's not just to indict them. What action are we going to take?
Okay.
Because it's not enough just to indict them, you understand? And that's rather unfortunate, you understand? In a country that is borrowing trillions, in a country, you understand, that is servicing debt with most of its income on a regular basis, it's not good enough. I think criminal charges should be preferred. I think it should be investigated for that. These people should be handed over, you understand? Not just making noise on the floor or committee level at the House of Representatives. Because at the end of the day, impunity is what seems to be going on.
Some other similar instances here. The committee also indicted the Petroleum Technology Development Fund, PTDF, over alleged failure to render its 2018 accounts. The lawmakers further frowned at the National Social Insurance Trust Fund, NSITF, which rendered its last audited account in 2005, with 2006 to 2018 still outstanding. Doctor, this is...
And yet we are in a war against corruption. And yet we've made significant strides against corruption. Some would say anyway. That would be the indication that some will be giving us. This is a disaster. I mean, this is unfortunate. And it shows you that impunity is the order of the day in terms of accountability and in terms of governance. And I think somebody has to answer for it. The ministers concerned have to answer for it. Somebody has to be accountable. And somebody must pay the price. Because when you don't render accounts, what does it tell me? It tells me, you understand, that something fishy, that something dodgy is going on.
And if the anti-corruption poster boy is complaining, so how can we tackle corruption in Nigeria?
Well, one of the things I've said, and I keep on writing on, but people don't take me seriously, is that corruption, we have a confounding situation of corruption. We have the state...
We have...
confounding situation of corruption.
Right.
Where the state, you understand, has been overwhelmed. And you cannot use the traditional methods. You have to come up with some kind of truth and reconciliation process.
People bypass TSA.
I know that they do it on a regular basis.
What other thing do we need to do?
Well, I think first and foremost, what you need to accept is that corruption has ground the state to a halt. I have a process. I call it a truth and reconciliation process. Let those who have done dodgy practices, let them come forward, let them confess, give them amnesty. Let's wipe the slate clean. Because our courts, something in that direction.
But our own shade of plea bargaining is even different from what we have out there.
Yes. No, but it will, even though I call it plea bargaining, but it will allow people. You understand? Because we spend too much on prosecution and we don't get results. 14 years. Do you know that there are cases in court of 14 years? Some 6, some 14. And even the Criminal Justice Administration of Criminal Justice Act, which is supposed to quicken court cases and suggest that interlocutory matters should be dealt with at the end, not during adjournments and so on, it still hasn't solved the problem.
What happened to the whistleblowing policy?
Well, it's still there, but as many things in Nigeria, is the implementation, isn't it? Sometimes you implement it well and sometimes you don't. The consistency is not there. And of course, people sometimes, even when they do the whistleblowing, they don't even get you understand?
Yes, I was about to ask what happened to the previous whistleblowers. Yeah. What happened to their whistle?
They said some of them got the promised money, and very many of them did not.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the issue. Okay, ran away with the whistle. I get your point.
This is not a joking matter. Honestly speaking.
All right, the front page of the Daily Independent: states face bleak affair as CBN begins deduction.
Yes, this day was going to come. When Buhari came in, one of the good things that he did was that, you remember that a lot of states couldn't pay their salaries. Osun State comes to mind, and many other states. And what the government did was a facility to the central bank where they could give them some loans, advance them some facility to pay. And there was always going to be a time that they will pay back. The question I'm asking, Is it now that they should be paying back? Are the economies of the states robust enough to pay this money back? And I'm not sure they're robust. But the federal government's argument will be they must start paying back at some time.
When you take a loan from a bank, even as an individual, there's a time that you've signed to start repayments. So the bank wants to listen to you that it's not a time. Okay, let's allow you.
Absolutely. But our analogy may not necessarily work because you're talking about individuals and you're talking about states. Some of the states will collapse if they enforce this deduction. They will simply collapse. What do I mean by collapsing? Collapsing means they won't be able to pay anybody any salary. And if they are unable to pay salary, you know the social dislocation and you know the consequences of that. So if I were CBN, I would look at the profiles of state. Some states absolutely can pay it, and they should allow them to do that. But there are some states that it will take many more years for them to be able to do it. You see, and that's why some people say the viability of state structure in Nigeria is open to question, because many states cannot simply function. So why don't we just constitutionally amend this thing and have proper regions that are sustainable and enduring?
We'll go on a short break.
láti gòkè àgùnlà láyé èèyàn nílò ìtọ́sọ́nà ẹni tó mọ̀nà débi àṣeyọrí. FMH International HR àwọn ni gbajúgbajà kọ́ṣẹ́mọṣẹ́ iléeṣẹ́ alárinà tó mọ ojúlẹ̀jà bá ti ń tọ́ni sọ́nà finimọ̀nà nípa bí gbogbo òǹwáṣẹ́ ṣe lè pàdé àwọn òǹgbanisíṣẹ́ pàápàá jùlọ láwọn orílẹ̀-èdè tó wà lókè òkun.
FMH International HR alábàáṣepọ̀ gidi ni wọ́n jẹ́ pẹ̀lú àjọ oníwádìí ìjìnlẹ̀ àgbáyé tá a mọ̀ sí United Nations Volunteer Research Group láti jùmọ̀ tọpinpin wàhálà táwọn ọmọlẹ́yìn ń kojú nídìí ìgbìyànjú ajé lọ sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. ìyẹn ọ̀rọ̀ tó jẹ mọ́ international migration àti international labour activities.
ǹjẹ́ o tiẹ̀ mọ̀ pé o nílò ìmọ̀ tó jinlẹ̀ dáadáa nípa ìlànà à ń tẹ̀lé láwọn pápákọ̀ òfurufú tó fẹ́ gbà sọdá sílẹ̀ òkèèrè. lọ́wọ́lọ́wọ́ bá a ṣe ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí United Nations Volunteer Research Group pẹ̀lú àjọṣepọ̀ FMH International HR ń ṣe research lórí ẹ̀dùn ọkàn àti ìpèníjà tẹ́ ẹ bá ní. questionnaires táwọn òṣìṣẹ́ FMH bá fún yín lágbègbè yín lẹ́yìn ṣàlàyé ìrírí yín sí.
fún àlàyé lẹ́kùnrẹ́rẹ́ kàn sí wọn ní 3rd and 9th floor Cocoa House Dùgbẹ̀ Ìbàdàn.
telephone 0817 4444 627
àti 08168737222.
Babe, that girl must be using something.
Hey, Berry, what kind of something?
You to see how she's always smiling, displaying her 32.
You're cuckoo right. I know her secret. I know what she's using. She uses it twice a day.
Tell me her secret.
I'll give you a hint. ABZ.
ABZ?
Yes, ABZ is the secret. Close-Up contains antibacterial zinc, ABZ, which gives you 3 times more freshness and 3 times more protection. Better than your regular toothpaste. Now you know the ABZ secret.
The new Close-Up is her secret. Everybody must hear.
You can't keep a secret.
New Close-Up with antibacterial zinc. Triple the freshness, triple the protection.
When you haven't used your SIM for quite a while, you start to worry. You start to calculate the last time you recharged, or the last time you got a call on that line, or a credit alert, or even just a flash. But thanks to Glow Always On, you can rest easy and never worry about any of that. Because with just 500 Naira, you stay connected to the Glow network even if your SIM is inactive. Just dial *777# and select Always On to subscribe.
Glow Unlimited.
Who will rise from the ashes of postponement to claim their place among the greats? And will the greats rise again? Watch the Olympic Games Tokyo 2020 on SuperSport from the 23rd of July to the 8th of August. Watch them rise at all gold medal events on 8 dedicated channels. Get and stay connected to DSTV. Watch them rise on SuperSport, your world of champions on DSTV.
ẹ jẹ́ n sọ fún yín pa Zainabu bó bá ti jí láàárọ̀ yóò kọ́ jẹun tó dáa yóò wá gbé pabambarì lé lórí Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12 ara ti mókùnù ọpọlọ ti jí pépé iṣẹ́ yá.
lẹ́ òjò.
káàárọ̀ Zainab ìdí nù ti fi máa pegedé lẹ́nu iṣẹ́ rẹ̀.
jọ̀ọ́ bá náwó mọ̀wé hùn.
àti pàápàá ń bi eré Didion syrup of hemoglobin ní èròjà vitamin B12 nínú tí yóò mú kọ́pọlọ àtara rẹ̀ ó jí pépé ní ìgbáradì fún àṣeyọrí tí ọ̀lẹ́gbẹ́ ń gbà gbogbo. mu ṣíbí méjì Didion péré lójoojúmọ́ pẹ̀lú ṣíbí lásán tàbí kọ́ pòpọ̀ pẹ̀lú ohun mímu ẹlẹ́rìndòdò tó o bá fẹ́ràn. ọ̀yá gbéra ńlẹ̀ bí akọni pẹ̀lú Didion.
To be healthy, strong and active, I say. Take Didion.
Didion syrup of hemoglobin vitamin B12 agbára tí ń roni lágbára ẹ kàwé pélébé inú rẹ̀.
ẹ̀ẹ́dẹ́gbẹ̀ta náírà mẹ́jọ jẹ́ ẹgbẹ̀rún mẹ́rin náírà ẹgbẹ̀rún márùn-ún náírà lọ́nà mẹ́jọ jẹ́ yẹ́rọ. jọ ibo ló ti rówó. owó kẹ̀ èní orí owó ìpè tí Airtel máa ń fún mi tí n bá ti ra síìmù tuntun mọ́ ni o. wo wọ́n tún ń fún mi ní ìlọ́po mẹ́jọ dátà fún wíwà lórí àtẹ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ wọn àti ìfà ìlọ́po mẹ́jọ owó ìpè nígbàkigbà tí n bá ti ra owó ìpè. ṣé bó o mọ̀ pé o ti lè ra síìmù tuntun báyìí ní èyíkéyìí ilé ìtajà aṣojú tí Airtel fọwọ́ sí. ìwọ ṣá ti lọ pẹ̀lú nọ́mbà ìdánimọ̀ ilẹ̀ Nàìjíríà NIN rẹ kò ju bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ.
Airtel, the smartphone network.
Welcome back. Don't forget we are live on YouTube and Facebook this morning. 32FM 949 Ibadan. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to our YouTube page.
Please also drop your questions on our Facebook and our YouTube.
All right. I want to drop this headline from yesterday. Actually, it's from the Nigerian Tribune, Sunday Tribune. Actually, Niyi Akintola San said on constitutional amendment, federal government may lose 44 of its 68 powers in exclusive list. Is this why we are having this front and back about having an amendment or something?
Well, certainly, the federal government doesn't want to lose too much power because one of the reasons why people go for the president and just for the presidency is because of the attractiveness in terms of the power. But the reality of it is that the federal government has been distant. It's distant by its nature, it's distant by the way it's constituted from most of the states. The states are where things happen. Power generation, for instance, is one of the issues. Even things like education, even things like broadcasting, and a number of other things which are centralized.
You always mention broadcasting. You always mention the NBC.
Yes, I mention broadcasting because the broadcasting terrain differs from state to state. And you need local people who understand the culture, the nuances of their local areas to be able to do more effective regulation. So we're not against the national, but we're saying that it could be better done locally, by local directed, locally influenced.
And security too.
Of course, and security. In fact, that's the major one. Security has collapsed, and we know it's collapsed because a lot of times, by the time Abuja gives the nod, you understand, the security or the vigilantes or the terrorists or bandits, whatever you call them, have overwhelmed the place. And so we need sure-footed, flexible security apparatus. That comes with regions or states, if you still want states, you understand, from that point of view. So the exclusive list needs to reflect, you understand, the fact that we are a federal federation. And then the concurrent list will reflect the same fact. And so let states have much more of the powers.
So if we are having an amendment of the Constitution, what are we to do as citizens? Are we to call or insist on our representatives to do the needful?
Absolutely. And I think there needs to be continual concerted efforts. They've started. The Southwest have started meeting with their legislators, their regular meetings. Those caucuses need to continue. We, the people, also need to make representations with those that we have connection with. If we can find them, you understand, find them. And if it's through the members of the House of Assembly, it's important. Because if there are any amendments, even the House of Assembly will vote on it eventually. So I think we must network effectively and bring these things to the fore and keep on publicizing them.
And so this is not going to take the next 10 years or more?
No, it can't. It can't take the next 10 years. I think there's supposed to be a process which is supposed to have started. And I think before this term ends, that we should see some constitutional amendments.
All right, before we open the phone lines, okay, the phone lines are open now, 0705 5949, 0809 7949. We are ready to take your calls. The Kano State Governor, Dr. Abdullahi Ganduje, yesterday expressed appreciation for the unanimous decision of many party stakeholders to adopt consensus arrangement for the forthcoming All Progressives Congress World Congress, slated for Saturday, July 31, 2021.
But you know what consensus is, isn't it? Some people suggest that consensus is another word for imposition.
Or selection.
Or selection. And the reason why I'm saying is that we take it out of the textbook from what has happened in Lagos State in the past, what has happened in Osun State, and many APC states that we know of. So I'm not sure consensus necessarily benefits the mass of the people in the party, but it certainly benefits the status quo. Ganduje is happy with it because I think they feel they save a lot of money. They save a lot of angst. But some people will suggest that in the long run, consensus leads to dissatisfaction, disaffection, and sometimes decamping.
Okay, so what was the assessment of the election in Lagos over the weekend, the past weekend?
I think there's a fundamental structural problem with those sort of elections. Elections that are organized by state electoral bodies are fraught are bound to be fraught and are bound to be in favor of the ruling party. There's evidence to suggest that those local bodies are not necessarily independent and will do the bidding of their respective state government, whether it's PDP or whether it's indeed APC. My assessment is that in many instances there were problems. But I think there's a party called the YPP, which seems to have reared its head and come from nowhere. They are making waves. So it's not impossible for you to break through. It's just more difficult when you have elections, you understand, which have been organized by the same state that is in power.
All right, good morning, 32 FM. Still on the issue of Sunday Igboho saga. I hope and believe Benin Republic government will release Chief Sunday Adeyemo today by the grace of God. And I want to use this medium to urge Nigerians or Nigerian government not to make any attempt to rearrest him again because we have 1 million Sunday Igboho that are in silence in Nigeria. Raja Hafiz Abidemi, we go that's on Facebook. On YouTube, however, I think when we say the Yoruba support Igboho, we should specify which Yoruba, because I am Yoruba and I don't support a criminal and divisive element like Igboho with their divide and rule propaganda. This is from Liberary TV. The lines are open now and we take our first call. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Alaji.
Alaji Asola from Coca-Cola. I think if we are to move forward, this government, having promised restructuring, have an issue, should not be shying away from making it come into reality. And it's better late than never. If we are serious, they are serious with it now. I think we can achieve a lot before the end of this tenure. Because we open a new chapter for Nigeria and Nigerians, so that we will have a kind of a country we can call our home. Thank you.
Thank you, Alaji, for your call there. For me, corruption is of the mindset of individuals because the economy and settings of the nation allows corruption. The country needs research, and the civil, public, and private sector workers must be paid well, and state must control resources under them like it was when we practiced regional government at the Goke Show. Thank you. Hello.
Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
I'm Johnny Beco. I thank you. Doctor has spoken well. My own point has to do with the advice from Senator Ayodele, Sunday Igboho, Kalu Matter, cases in a boomerang. I've said this several times that it is important that the federal government of the president, Major General Muhammadu Buhari, start looking their issue from the solution perspective, because there's no good general who opens the frontiers of war without taking a way to bring in lasting solutions. The president should avoid being too rigid and uncompromising projections, especially the issues of national significance like theirs, and listen to word of advice from concerned Nigerians. I am John Njoku.
Thank you, John Njoku. Hello, good morning.
Good morning,
Good morning.
Can you hear me?
Not very well. Sorry. Please return your call if you have the opportunity or chance. 0705 500949 0809 700949. Abdulhakim Lawal, Bethel are being held or released in batches. Is there any news from the Islamia kids kidnapped in Niger? How about School of Mechanization? Each new abduction makes us forget the previous ones. Doctor.
Yes, it's rampant. We've lost count. We really don't know, where this is going to end. But what is quite clear is that a whole generation of our youths are being brutalized and are being traumatized, and it cannot be good for the country.
Hello. 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 Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Good morning. I'm Molu from Mautunde Layout.
Right.
Yeah, about Governor El-Rufai of Kaduna State. I think he should stand up. He should know what to do about security in that state. Why is insecurity very high there like that? I don't think he knows what he's doing. He has to learn from that Emma in Taraba State that has given ultimatum to the S-men. I think he should learn from him on how to handle security in that state. Why are they kidnapping the students in that state like that? You should do something fast. You're welcome.
Thank you, Olu, for your call.
What's instructive is that when you set deadlines, you also actively.
Hello, good morning.
So you have the stick and you also have the carrot approach.
Good morning.
And I think that's what's missing.
Morning,
Good morning,
sir.
Good morning. This is coming from Ibadan.
All right.
I want to toe the line of my primate comment that the arrest and trial of Anu and Sunday Igboho may boomerang. That's a word of wisdom. The federal government should be cautioned and should be very, very careful. Then finally, on those people that are spreading fake news that Sunday Igboho was arrested for fake passports, they should realize now that it is a fake news. Sunday Igboho was never arrested for fake passport. They should know that. I say they are evil-minded and they are callous. They should desist from all these things because Sunday Igboho is already great and will continue to be great. Why the enemies will be put to shame? Good morning.
Yeah, the problem we're having sometimes with the advent of social media and so on, all kinds of speculation.
There's a caller. Hello.
Hello.
Good
morning.
Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Tayo. How are you?
Very well. Who is on the line?
How are you doing, please?
Oh, good morning, Dr. Olabi. Good to have you.
How are you? How are you, sir?
Very well, very well.
How can somebody opt the Yorubas who are not interested, who want peace for themselves, into saying the Yorubas are all behind the war? This issue is beyond sentiment. If not, even if we get to a republic, we will have problems. If you want innocent, easy-going Yorubas into this struggle, we want to wake up, do things correctly. I will mature for this separation. Good morning.
Yeah, I don't think in any movement you're going to get 100% of the people behind one person. But what is quite clear is that he has significant and overwhelming support. Not so many support for his tactics, but some support in some instances for the aspiration of self-determination, restructuring, and the ability of the Yoruba race to be able to determine, you understand, how they are governed, even within the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
All right. It is utterly unfortunate and disheartening that under PMB's supposed tagged integrity, INEC, Army, Navy could swallow that humongous amount of money again. Why do these APC-led governments call PDP cattle while they port themselves? Now, it is not under Buhari's watch per se.
Yes. I think it stretches across from previous administration.
As far as 2005. What we're saying is, what has he achieved? What is he doing?
Yes.
So
I think the narrative is that what has he done to stem the tide? Mm-hmm. And that's the problem we're having. Not that he started, initiated, or he may not even have encouraged it. Mm-hmm. But what has he done to stem the tide? Mm.
All right, we're going to short break. We'll be back.
Uncle Dentist, wetin be cavities and how Colgate take dey protect my teeth from cavities? Shey dey use comfort?
No dear, na hole for teeth dey cause most tooth pain wey be cavity. But if you use Colgate Maximum Cavity Protection take brush every day, the confirmed formula go help keep natural calcium inside our teeth wey go protect them from tooth decay.
Time don reach to upgrade to the world's most chosen toothpaste, Colgate, because Colgate locks calcium in.
Now, the Nigerian Dental Association, they recommend Colgate.
Let your kids' imaginations run wild as they blast off into a whole new world of awesome edutainment on DSTV. There's a huge selection of shows to choose from, like Miraculous Tales of Ladybug and Cat Noir on Disney Channel.
She's so amazing.
A Week to Beat the World on Da Vinci.
I've never seen a sport like it.
Grizzy and the Lemmings on Boomerang. And Nick Music on Nicktunes.
Can I get a drum roll, please?
It's your moment to get and stay connected to the wonderful world of DSTV.
Titan Farms, Titan Rice, Nigeria. Homemade rice with good price. I don't want correct rice. Titan, when you get stone, Titan rice. Better rice. Titan, you go buy your own. Titan rice. Oh yes, Titan Rice is a non-mashy, non-sticky and no-stone Nigerian-made rice. Titan Rice is available for nationwide distribution. For inquiry, please call 0906-007-9714 or visit our website via www.titanfarms.org. You can also earn a fortune by investing with Titan Farms today and earn great returns on your investment. Incredible, isn't it? What are you waiting for? Visit our office today at Titan Farms House, opposite Motor Dealers Association car lot, Akala Express, off New Garage, Ibadan. Titan Rice, a product of Titan Farms. Better rice, I take you go buy your own. Titan Rice.
Our oil sachet, 79 naira, only 79 naira. I said our oil sachet now, 79 naira, only 79 naira. Ogbonge cooking oil now, 79 naira, for a healthy family, 79 naira. Ogbonge cooking oil now, 79 naira, our oil sachet now, 79 naira.
Power oil for a healthy family.
Egbògi kan ti délẹ̀ yìí, egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ ṣe ni, ó dára fẹ̀jẹ̀ gidi gan. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o. Veneto cleanser ló ń jẹ́ o.
Ojú rẹ̀ ṣàjọlọ̀ lójoojúmọ́ kí làṣírí ẹ wà rí.
Veneton cleanser ni.
Já mi sí ọ̀rẹ́.
Veneton cleanser. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí bádọ̀tí ara wọ̀ yá ìjà rẹ̀ wọ́n mọ́lẹ̀ ṣe wọ́n yẹbẹyẹbẹ. Inú tó ń kú tó ń dàrú gbòdògbòdò kò bára rẹ̀ èrí inú ẹ̀jẹ̀. Amọ̀nà ti dé o. Veneton cleanser. Egbògi àtẹ̀jẹ̀ṣe tí a fi ewé àti egbò ṣe ní ọ̀nà ti gbàlódé. NAFDAC Fòǹtẹ̀lù MA1 Nigeria Limited ni wọ́n gbé Veneton cleanser jáde. A wà ní nọ́mbà 17 Ọba Akínyẹlé off Adeogun Street Aláàfin Avenue Olúyọ̀lé Estate Ring Road Ìbàdàn. Telephone 08034051533 fún títà àti rírà ìwọ náà darapọ̀ mọ́ wa. Veneton cleanser àmọ̀tẹ́kùn egbòogi tí ń ya gbogbo kòkòrò inú ẹ̀jẹ̀ wẹ́lẹ́wẹ́lẹ́.
Mom, Dad, have you heard about Oduduwa Valley Youth Sports Association? If you want to participate in Oduduwa Valley Youth Boys and Girls Football League, the student must be between the age of 3 to 17, from Basic 1 to 6 and GSS 1 to SS3. Students are placed on teams according to area and availability. Games are typically on Saturday between 8 a.m. to 7 p.m. depending on your schedule. During summer vacations, 2 scheduled games per week. Schools involved are ISI, Lead City, Bodija International Schools, and more. The registration fee is 12,000 Naira per student. Jerseys are included. Registration opens for 1st of June and ends last week of July. League begins first week of August and runs for 10 weeks. If you want to register for this season or you want your school to get involved, call, text, or WhatsApp 081-429-00377 or 081-149-72442. Register now. Play hard, play fair, have fun.
32 FM
94.9. All right, welcome back. This is the last lap of our show this morning. We're still taking calls. 6:53 studio time, 7 is checkout time. Hello, good morning.
Hello.
You're on.
Good morning, sir.
Morning.
Morning.
I'm Falado calling from Kurupa. Briefly on the issue of payment of ransom, I think the analysts have just said it this morning. The more you pay ransom, then the more they cook their armory. No, sir.
We can hear you, sir. Hello.
Hello, good
morning.
This is Olufemi, sorry.
Good morning.
I just want to tell people that let's look academically on the support of Sunday Group. Now, if somebody scores 70 and another person scores 100, the two of them score A in academics. Now, and that means it's not possible that everybody will support Sunday Group. Secondly, like people that voted for President Buhari, not all Nigerians voted for him. But the result they will say that Nigerians elected Buhari. Does it mean that every Nigerian voted for Buhari? And finally, they should go and look at the referendum that was conducted by United Nations. That on either we need Yoruba nation or we want restructuring or we don't want to now. The result shows that over 90 or 70% or 80 people supported that. Meaning that if you want to look at that result, majority supported what Sunday Igboho is doing, not that everybody in Nigeria will support him. Thank you. Good day.
Thank you, Olufemi from Oyo. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, my name is Adeshi Biodola from UI. I want to comment on the kidnap student of Down Baptist School or kidnappers generally. I want to ask, the L9 registration, I do not believe the number that these kidnappers are using to call government, or government is not willing to arrest them at the best of today.
No, it is a valid point because government's reach has been confirmed to be very long. They can get whoever they want. So we must ask questions as to whether the government doesn't even know where these people are, whether they can't locate them. When Gumi wants to negotiate with them, Gumi knows where to find them. So I think it's a safe assumption to say the government knows where they are, but simply we don't know why they haven't been apprehended.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, good morning.
Hello, good morning. This is John Laraju from Mago. On the issue of Emia in Taraba, in Muri, the step taken by this Emia, let us think that President Muhammadu Buhari, as far as it comes from the Fulani tribe, it happened that the President is taking this step that this Emia took. I think the problem of this Kenny and the kidnapping, who are taught by this side. Look at how the Emir came out and make a threat to these people. As soon as Mr. President and make that threat again, that not minding that these people come from his tribe. As soon as the man at Gagandie, as soon as he make that threat to them, he was not going to that place.
Hello, good morning, sir.
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, my name is Kara from Okebara. Yeah, I don't think anybody has conducted any referendum on Sunday Igboho Yoruba people. I'm a Yoruba man, and I don't want Sunday Igboho I don't support his cause. And there are many people who have conducted this research that people are talking about. I think when we want to talk about Yoruba, we don't just see people's mind. Let's use some Yoruba people are supporting him, while some Yoruba are not supporting him. I think that's the right way for us to be able to allow justice to prevail in this country. Because when you gather everybody together, you are causing bad weapon effect, and that is a problem. We don't even debate. We have not debated in.
Thank you.
Even if we don't support what Sunday Igboho is doing, do we support the treatment? Do we support the way that is being dealt with? Because there are two different issues. There's his cause, and there's the way that is being singled out and it's being dealt with. I think there are two different issues.
009 7000 949. Hello. Hello. 0705 5000 949. Hello. Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Yeah, this is Joseph from Ibadan. I supported the treatment 100% because he ignored the elders. He ignored the elders of the state. So I supported it 100%. Let him face the reality. Don't be sentimental here.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
Morning. Hello, morning.
Morning.
Yes, morning. Doctor.
Yes.
We have to leave this studio.
We have to leave, don't we? Well, let's just hope that the narrative continues to change. When we come here on a daily basis, the narrative seems to be the same. Insecurity, poverty, education issues, and so on. Good news is what we want and what we're hungering and thirsting for. I believe Nigeria can be better. I believe Nigeria can be great. And we all have a role to play in it. We, the government, and everybody.
Doctor, news is news.
Well,
news,
it is.
Good news is like gospel.
Yes, like gospel. Yes, but we can make good news, can't we? We can make good news.
All right. We report what we find in the dailies. Thank you very much, our dear listener, for your time. At 7 will be time for Smart Kids Show with Auntie Yellow. I am Olutayo Ogunade. Have a great Monday.
My name is Dele Adeyoju. Enjoy the rest of the day.
báwo ni Zainab.
Hello Lamborghini.
báwo ni nǹkan.
ẹnu ẹ tiẹ̀ tún gbà ó tún lè sọ pé báwo ni nǹkan ṣọ́kọ ni wọ yìí ṣá a sì fẹ́ ra lójú ọ̀nà ṣé boyfriend ni wọ yìí ṣé bó ṣe máa ń ṣe lélẹ̀ ṣé wíwẹ̀ tí ẹ pé èèyàn tiẹ̀ tí ìgbélé ló ti ń ṣe wọlé tí ẹ bá gbé ẹtí lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ jọ́ǹtọ̀ náà kí ló fẹ́ ṣe.
kí ló ṣẹlẹ̀
ṣé boyfriend